This podcast contains strong language and discussions about relationships, sex, and love. It may not be suitable for younger listeners. This is the Sex and Singapore City podcast, and I am Nixalina. Hi, it's Nixalina. I'm here with another Monday evening episode of my podcast. Yay! And this episode came about because when Vera Wang turned 72, and hot damn, by the way, it was obviously all in the press, and it said that she designed her first dress when she was 40 years old. And it got me thinking, like, how do you even begin your own fashion label? How do you begin your own brand? And honestly, like, especially, at 40 and at the heights of her success. So I really wanted to grab a couple of women. I'm sorry for the guys, but I'm here for the girl boss edit. I wanted to grab a couple of girls who've started their own fashion labels. And luckily, I actually know two awesome humans. Both girls are locals who have set up their own brand right here in Singapore. So without further ado, I'm going to introduce Maya.
Hi.
Who runs Made by Madre.
Made by Madre, indeed.
I can't say Madre.
You can say Madre. I mean, it's Spanish after all.
Madre.
Madre. But it's not really Spanish. It's just, I like the ring to it, so.
And this is a
pearl jewelry atelier.
Ooh.
Indeed, yes. So it's started by my mother and I, hence the Madre. Just this year we launched it, a classic collection, and now our summer collection. Hopefully more to come.
Ooh. And joining Maya in the studio, I have another awesome friend of mine, is Chantel.
Hi.
Hey, girl. And you run swimwear brand Mrs Deco.
I do. Hopefully turning into also a more resort wear brand. Mrs Deco, because of the Art Deco movement, I have Art Deco prints all over it.
And you started it not in 2021, like
exactly.
Maya. Yours was when?
Maya? Oh, Maya. Me? Oh, my God. I am nervous here. Okay, 2020.
Oh, okay. So both are actually fairly new. Cool. I love this. And do you mind if I just pick your brain for the sake of this episode? We're just going to go balls deep on how you even begin a brand. Because for me, I know I own a brand, but it's very different. I just created a blog, logged it online, and there we go.
And talk about sex.
Yeah.
Yeah, easy.
It's hard.
Nice.
So hard. Whereas I'm so interested in just everything to do with building your own label and how you get your name out there and everything. So let's begin with you, Maya. What was the concept behind it? How did you begin? Why did you begin? And what was the first steps?
All right. So I feel like with starting a business, to me at least, it's just by starting it. You just need to go out and just do it. I didn't actually register myself as a business owner until recently, after I actually launched the brand. So it started off with my mother and I. My mom loved to bead way back when. And my dad is a fine jeweler, so we've always loved jewelry design. When I was growing up, I would always draw little designs for him to make. And since pearls are just so in now, I've been seeing people all over the world wearing pearls for summer, celebrities wearing pearls. I just thought, why not? I have the connections here in Singapore through my father, and my mom loves to bead. So might as well just...
When you say bead, explain this to me.
So beading, with little crystals, making little keychains, necklaces, bracelets, fun little stuff, just for party costume jewelry kind of thing.
Right.
So the pearls came along just because I thought they were really nice. And since she's retired now, might as well give her something to do that she enjoys. And we both love it so much. So we just made a collection for ourselves. And I was like, hey, might as well monetize this because it's actually gorgeous. And, with the whole COVID thing, the mask chains came in as well. So we're like, why don't we make it classy and make some mask chains too? So yeah, just step by step. Obviously, we loved it so much that we wanted to share it with other people. So that became our little business. And we started on Instagram first, as how a lot of businesses now start, right? It's all through Instagram. A website came along shortly after. That one is a little bit more tricky to set up, I must say. So that one you definitely need to research, know how to set up a website, buy your own domain, the whole shebang. Which,
that's what I know.
Yeah.
That's the shit I can do.
And that's what I don't know. So I got help for that. Thank goodness.
Digital website area, I'm fine. But beading,
beading.
What, like anal beads?
I was just going to ask you. I'm sure you're well aware. Yeah. That one you are well versed in.
So is Chantel.
Wow. Feel so left out right now.
So yours began as kind of like a passion project, and a hobby, which turned into something that you're like, it just basically grew.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And Chantel, what about you with Mrs. Deco?
So I started Mrs. Deco. I actually started just sketching back in May when we were during lockdown. I was living with an old Chinese couple. I was on my own. And I was like, oh my God, I need to do something. And because I am a fitness instructor where I teach swimming and indoor cycling, I was like, I want to create something that I can wear both for the water and the land. And that's where I originally thought of my idea. I always did want to start something, but I needed a base on how I'm going to start doing it and what I'm going to base it on. So I decided, okay, I got an inspiration from way back when in 1920s Art Deco movement. And I just created something and I was like, okay, this is perfect. I can make sports bras that I can use as well as swimwear. And then I started sketching in May and I launched in August. Literally everything I did in between there was on my own. And the first step that I did was call friends who already had their own business. And I would say that is the thing that I would do again, is to just call people who have their own business already and just get tips from them, because that helped me the most.
Like even like sourcing, I mean, obviously you've mentioned that you sketched, and so the designs are yours.
Designs are all mine.
So you go like, I've got this amazing design in my head. Then what? How do you get it to be a thing?
I know, right? It's literally just put it on paper and then just fucking do it. I mean, just do it. Just do it.
You can do it while fucking. There are no roles. Sketch.
That may have happened. No, it was lockdown.
Doggy style. I'm inspired. Pass me the notepad. I must sketch.
Why are we here again? So I called a friend who has a swimwear line. Her name's Amy. She runs Babe Cave. And basically, I was just like, right, I need to do this. I want to do this. And she hooked me up with a manufacturer back in Bali. I just sent him my designs, literally through a sketch on a little doll that I just put the swimwear on paper, sent it to him. And then he was like, I need measurements. And I was like, oh, how do I do that? So I measured from all my sports bras that I had currently and sent him whatever measurements I could. And then he sent me a sample and I was like, oh, this is pretty good. Made one small adjustment and bam, I was in it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Wow. So, okay, right. So your actual distribution / sourcing of the product come from a recommendation of a friend.
Exactly.
And it would have been a lot harder had you not had that girl.
100%. Yeah.
And can I ask, do you think was there any kind of, this could be a conflict of interest?
Yeah, so I asked her so many times, even till today, if she's okay with the fact that she said, but look, she would have also wanted someone to help her out. And I think now in this day and age, like, it's nice that you have people who can support you. And if you ask for contacts here and there, you should be able to share. It's just sharing is caring, and it just makes the world easier and nicer and better.
Is this like your Miss World Peace pitch? Because pay for it.
Sharing is caring.
And what about you, Maya, with the pearls? Where do you source? You're like, okay, I want pearl jewelry. Where do they come from?
So, my dad actually has a pearl distributor in Singapore, just because of his fine jewelry, right? But he does slightly better quality pearls in terms of like the polished ones, super round, and I don't know, all these different grades. But for me, I kind of like the little different Baroque pearls, like freshwater pearls that are slightly cheaper, obviously, so it's more affordable for my market as well. It's from the distributor. Unfortunately, though, pearls are really, really hard to source right now. So it's becoming a little bit more difficult to come up with new designs, especially with the more unique type of pearls. So it is very difficult, but we do have a supplier in Singapore.
And obviously when Chantel was saying like her started out with sketches of the swimwear, how do you sketch out your jewelry?
Good question, actually. No. We literally just see the pearls that we have in front of us. And kabam, it's made. No, we just see what pearls we have in front of us and honestly just string them along. And if we see a design we like on the actual string itself, then we'll close it off. If we don't like it, then we'll take it apart and add on or remove and just edit it along the way. So it's very, very like...
It's very personalized, I have to say.
Yeah, customized, personalized. We used to do purely bespoke orders. So whatever, when someone saw a design that they liked online, we would ask them what elements they like of it, and we would create an entirely new piece for them. For now, though, I feel like it is just easier for people to just purchase online a product that they see already, especially with how unique our designs are. It's not really like just one classic pearl strand, for example. There's always something unique to the necklaces or the chains, whatever that may be. So yeah, it's completely just purely random. As sad as that sounds, but yeah, randomized designs.
And do you keep stock? Like, do you have a pearl room?
No, we have stock of like pearl strands and stuff, but we don't actually have ready-made pieces.
Right.
We wait until somebody orders it and then hand make it from there, because sometimes they might even want to add stuff to the already finished designs on like the made-to-order designs online. So we always want to make room for that, a bespoke piece for them. Yeah.
And what about you, Chantel? Where does your swimwear live?
So at the moment, the first collection that I did back in August, I actually ordered stock in just to play around and see who likes what and to test around the market as to what interests what people are interested in. But after that round, because I realized bikini bottoms are not bought as much as bikini tops. So I decided, it's so weird. People buy just the tops, not the bottoms. I guess because they like to try it on first. I mean, you're different. You like bikini bottoms anyway, but some people just want like the tops, like sports bras, right?
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense.
Because it is still like sports bra-ish designed, that you can use both in water and land.
And the support is unreal.
Yeah.
Like, you think you're going to fall out because, right? But you don't.
It just makes your boobs bounce. But it doesn't come out.
Every guy's now like, what? What's Mrs. Deco?
Can't relate, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry, Maya, I got you. I'm with you on that one.
Itty bitty titty committee.
And so bikini bottoms, I had so much stock left over. So then the next one, I had to make then similar colors just to get rid of the stock of the bottoms. But then from there on, I've done pre-orders where people place an order within 10 days. And then I actually send the orders into Bali. And within 3 weeks, everything will fly back into Singapore. So I don't waste any product and I don't waste any material, and everyone has their orders.
Because obviously if you've got stock, say you have, 10 bikini bottoms left, that's your loss, right?
Exactly.
It's a financial loss for you.
Exactly. And the materials and all of that, right? Like environmental friendly. I'm trying to also try and save as much as I can. Yeah.
Am I right in thinking your swimwear is made from recycled?
So all the printed fabric on my swimwear is 100% recycled water bottles, and the plain fabrics are just nylon and spandex. Yes.
So mine's recyclable water.
Yes, it is.
See, I love that. I think
You're
that's
saving
fantastic.
the environment.
That is so cool. I love it. There's this, because obviously sustainability, especially in fashion labels and even fast fashion these days, is a big deal. And including jewelry and accessories. People want to know where their shit comes from.
Exactly.
Totally.
It's a woke world, everyone.
Woke. Stay woke, people. Stay woke.
That's your pitch for World Peace.
Stay woke.
So I want to ask you girls, and I don't mind who wants to go first, and I'm brutally honest here. Is it still fun? Are you still enjoying it? Or is there elements to owning your brand that's so stressful that you've kind of wanted to call it quits?
I'll let Chantal speak first.
Oh, I was going to say Maya can go first. Look, it's been almost 1 year, and exactly on the 8th of August, it's exactly 1 year, and I've planned an entire new collection, which I am stoked about, and just planning and getting everything ready. I've got my photo shoot this Thursday. Like, I'm still excited. The reason why I started was out of passion, right? Mm-hmm. And 1 year in, I'm still very passionate about it.
And they've never thought, the stress.
No.
Yay!
No, I love it. I do. I mean, of course, when sometimes I'm stressful, I just hired my first intern as well. And I'm just like, okay, she can help me out with some parts. But at the end of the day, I'm like, yeah, I still want to keep doing this, no matter how difficult it is.
I have to agree on that as well. I still absolutely love it. I mean, it's still super fresh. It's only been a couple of months. And I've had an amazing photographer / creative director by my side. She inspires me every day. And now she's leaving, which makes it a little bit more stressful for me. So I kind of need to figure out how.
She's leaving Singapore, by the way, not the brand. She's not like,
she is leaving the brand.
Working for Maya is awful.
She's leaving both.
I've done it for a few months. I can't do it.
Monster boss over here.
I am too woke to work for you.
Yeah, but it is very, very stressful, but that doesn't stop me from creating new designs, creating new collections. My mom still very much enjoys it, although her eyesight is going, because obviously, it's really, really difficult as an older lady to be threading through really fine little beads and pearls. Yeah, so I'm trying to take on the bulk of the making now. She does more of the designing. I will need to either hire a photographer or be my own.
What was it like with it? You mentioned she was a creative director, this girl who's leaving. So did you ever have any like clashes of opinion, or she thought the brand would go in one way and you had a slightly different idea?
Honestly, so when we first began Made by Madre, I had a completely different aesthetic to the brand, and I hated it. I really needed someone to just inspire me and take over that creative aspect. So when she asked to actually help me with it, I was like, hell yeah, like go for it. You know, you take control, and I completely trust you 100% and see where it goes. Obviously, we would always communicate with each other. I would always be there on the shoots. She would send me mood boards like, we have to have a similar outlook, right? Mm-hmm. So it was definitely incredible for her to kickstart the new kind of aesthetic of Made by Madre. It's definitely more artsy now and kind of where I want it to go. It's more classy as compared to before. It was very like low budget. So it still is low budget, but in a different way. At least it doesn't look low budget. So yeah, I'll figure it out.
And what's it like to see someone wear your pearls? Like when you on Instagram or when you're out with your friends?
It just makes me so excited, really so excited, because I never would have thought anyone would support me on this. It's not the cheapest of jewelry lines. I think a lot of people don't necessarily appreciate slow fashion and handmade fashion. Yeah, it's definitely not appreciated enough. I find that in Singapore especially, lots of people just love fast fashion or branded goods. And that's why my market isn't quite in Singapore. Or it's for the slightly older ladies, established women.
Or matured.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
And what about you, Chantel? When you see Mrs. Deco on people?
So I actually was at the beach once, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, and I didn't know this person, but she was wearing my stuff, and I was like, hey, girl. Hey, girl. And it just, honestly, it just touches me. I'm just like, oh, it's nice because people appreciate something you put effort into. And you don't see it on everyone. Like most of the time, I see it only on myself, right? Like I don't really see it on so many different body types and all of that. And it's so nice to see just the whole set put together from a piece of paper, from a sketch, made into this thing, a real life version. And then it's on a different body type and they're rocking it and it looks great. And I'm like, yeah, I did that.
Yeah, I saw a girl in my scroll. I tagged you. Yeah. She was just like randomly wearing it. I was like, oh, this is Deco.
I know.
I checked to see if it was tagged and it wasn't.
It wasn't.
Like,
tag me. Always tag.
But it looked great.
It does.
And that's what I love as well. It's a very and I think both of you have nailed this as a very iconic look. Like when you see it, you're like, oh, that's Mrs. Deco.
Yeah.
Or it's made by
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that because it doesn't feel like if we're going down the fast and slow fashion, obviously fast fashion is cheaper, but it's also replicated and everyone ends up wearing the same shit. Mm-hmm. And here we've got brands where it's so individual and unique. Mm-hmm. And I think that's another good thing about Babe Cave and you as well. It's completely different styles.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly. I think actually Made by Madre and Mrs. Deco could go well together.
Yes, potential collaboration. I think so too, actually, because pearls, pearls is a very beachy thing.
Classy,
and
yeah.
Totally. Oh. Super summery, but yet again, adds that elegance to any outfit.
I don't take my pearls off even when I'm swimming.
Well, yes, I know, and it's completely broken it.
I'm obsessed with my anklet that Maya made me, but I don't take it off because I love it so much. And it just falls
Shattered.
off. Yeah, even when I was at ground zero. So it was mid-workout and my bead just went everywhere. And Maya wasn't looking. I was like, don't tell her, she's going to kill me.
Just to put it out there, you should not wear your pearls in chlorinated water, in salt water, anything that's not like pH neutral.
No.
Do not wear it. It's not that the pearls actually die or the gold actually tarnishes or anything. It's just the interior of it starts eating away and it starts turning green because naturally that's what's going to happen with salty water, with anything.
Nix, are
Chlorinated
you
water.
listening to this?
I've sent her many guides, many
Look at her
care
eyes.
guides.
This was what I was avoiding. This is why I was in the middle of the workout scooping up all these pearls on the floor. Like, don't shower.
Scooping up. Oh my God.
Don't shower. This is like the 5th time. And every time I hand it over, she's like, this keeps going to happen. You know that, right? I'm like, I just don't take it off. I love it.
Just wear the other stuff, Nix. The necklaces, the earrings. Just wear the other stuff. Stick to that one.
She's still going.
Yeah, this is what I mean.
Maya has officially left the conversation.
So, Chantel, can I ask, is Mrs. Deco's a full-time job?
It's not a full-time job.
Oh, I thought because you hired an intern or I thought, and a new collection, we were going with full-time.
No, I have actually 3 jobs.
Oh my God.
I teach spin, I teach swimming, and then Mrs. Deco is my side brand, side gig. And then I'm a part-time model here and there, but like that's a small thing. So all of these jobs are all freelanced.
Okay.
And Mrs. Deco I do in my spare time.
Wow.
I know. I know.
That, like, I can't imagine, like, the stress.
It's not stressful though when you enjoy something.
Fair.
You know, when
Really
you're
good
here.
answers.
Fair.
Taking notes.
I've got to finish this podcast, Ken. I don't like it. It just stresses me out. Apparently, it's not my passion project. I'm out. Oh, wow. And what about you, Maya? You're full-time?
Nope. So similar to Chantal, actually.
Yeah, girl.
I am a resistance trainer at a gym. I do part-time radio DJing on the weekends. And Made by Madre is also a part-time thing.
Girl.
And yeah,
we're so
part-time model
similar.
too. So yeah, totally.
I'm like, okay, anyone who just has one job out there, right, you are not underachieving at your life. That's quite normal. These is 2 overachievers.
The hustlers, the real hustlers
Yes.
in life.
They're like,
Yes.
it's weird. I just work Monday to Friday, 9
And
to
we
5.
work Monday to Sunday.
Yeah, we don't really have a day off actually.
Yep.
Yeah, that's got to be pretty crappy. I mean, like, tell me if there's any downsides to starting your own label.
So I guess it's just being able to be organized and coordinated enough to make sure everything has a path or like a direction that it's going to go to. Like you need to know, you need to be disciplined
Okay.
and you need to make sure that everything is organized because if not, everything's just going to fall over and then you get more stress. So I'm glad that when I started this, I had a clear vision as to timelines. And then everything just kind of flowed on its own.
She sounds like she has her life so together. And I'm just like the complete opposite, just like trying to figure it out. I'm literally the complete opposite of you. I find it incredibly stressful juggling all of this, especially as a freelancer. You know, your schedule is never really fixed. You never have a routine. You can't get into a routine because it's always changing. And especially with your own business, there's always going to be struggles there. I mean, if you work for another company, obviously you work as a team, right? But with your own stuff, it's just incredibly stressful for me.
No, actually, that's true. I mean, you got to be organized to some extent, having a very busy schedule, and it's never exactly the same week to week, right? Like you have to be there on time. Like, for example, spin classes, or when Maya's teaching a fitness class, we cannot be late.
Right.
Absolutely.
And my swimming schedule, because it's super freelance, I go to people's condos, it's never the same. Every single day, it's different. There are cancellations all the time. So you have to be organized in the sense where you are able to replan everything.
And what about, if you're talking about being disciplined and organization, what about finances? Like, how do you
Take my money.
those two evil laughs?
Take my money.
Do you because obviously it depends on how much you sell. So when you even start this, how do you know it's even going to sell?
You don't?
Yep, agreed. You really don't. It's taking that leap of faith. And it's a passion project, right? So you love doing it and you're willing to bear whatever sunk costs.
Exactly. I was ready to be like, okay, whatever I order in stock, it's probably not going anywhere. And I'll just give it to friends for presents.
I love that about having your own brand.
Yeah.
Giving it as present. You don't even need to think about birthday presents anymore.
Well, I know what my presents are to both of you, actually.
Uh-oh.
Well,
I got a sex toy from you.
Same, honey.
We've all got our own brands, let's be honest. And I believe all are quite a necessity to life. You want to swim, you want to look pretty in pearls, and you want to get off. So, yeah. But to be fair, both of you slid into my DMs like, oh, that looks nice. Oh, you got a spare one? So
I did ask for it.
Did you? I just said that looked nice. I didn't say a spare one, but yeah, okay, next.
I asked if
Whatever
she
you
had
say.
spare.
She has like a whole basket of them at home.
Yeah,
Oh my God, it's in my bag
No!
downstairs.
Wait, I digressed. Damn it. Okay, so finances is basically, did you save a bit of money as like a pot before you started it? Is that a first step?
So it was really funny because last year, the whole lockdown period, the government actually, for Singaporeans and PRs, they funded us, I think, $9,000. It was
Did they?
$1,000 a month for 9 months. Yeah, it was a very open thing. Did you
What
not
in the
go?
world? No, I didn't get anything.
For freelancers who are not working in a company.
The hell?
That's a missed shit.
That is a massive miss fucking shit.
Yes. So only freelancers, right? People who are not registered in proper companies.
For fuck's sake.
That's you.
Yeah, I didn't. How did you get that? You
Were you
registered
working-
as a freelancer?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't register
Yeah,
as a
yeah.
freelancer.
So you register as a freelancer through your CPF and everything. For people who don't know this, now you do.
Was that just last year?
It was just for last year. But you can try and check it out anyway. But that was the money I used to fund.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. I was like, instead of spending it on alcohol, drinking on my own at home with an old Chinese couple, I will fund it into a brand.
That is very cool. And look where I'm sorry, I know you're bummed, aren't you, mate?
All I can say is take my money.
So when you, as you say, you started these labels, did you find the reception from people, and was there any negativity, or was everyone like positive? Is anyone going, oh, I don't think you should do that, or oh, what if it doesn't work, that vibe?
Of course, I'm sure it crosses Maya's mind as much as mine, but like, there's always, when I launch it, right? When I launched it on the first time, which is the 8th of August last year, I was like, oh my God, there's like, you saw me. You saw how I was. I was like, oh my God, what if no one buys my stuff? Mm-hmm. This whole thing just will be like a wasted effort. But again, then I was like, no, but hang on. There are friends that will support you. There is, at the end of the day, you enjoy doing it. Always back to the first point about passion. So, and if nothing happens with it, at least you tried.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, did you have any, I don't know, Chantal, like your parents, were they like, oh, I wouldn't bother, you're going to waste your money? Was there any negative like that? Was it full support?
It wasn't I wouldn't say it was 100% support. Neither was it like, no, don't do it. However, I did have a friend or two who were like, oh, you didn't study this. I don't think it's going to go anywhere. But at least, if you're ready to fail, you'll be fine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Of course, there's always going to be someone that doesn't agree with what you want to do, right? It's not going to be like the base of my money. I think this was the main thing for everyone. It's like, oh, but this is not going to pay you the big bucks.
So the reason of the fail comment was because you weren't perceived to have done enough business research to run a business?
I think so, yeah. I never studied it, right? Like, but again, who cares? You just do it.
It's
fact,
honestly
neither of you.
experience. Yeah,
It
I
is
mean, I did study
experience.
business and management for my bachelor degree. So I did management and marketing.
Right.
But yet again, for marketing, it's changing. It's always changing. The environment's always changing. Social media is changing. Like we learned about Facebook. No one uses Facebook anymore. Like Instagram is a thing now. Actually, TikTok is the thing.
Yeah.
So I think it's just all about experience and just getting it done. Like if you have an idea in mind, just start it. That's the best way to learn, just getting it done.
Right?
Exactly.
If you fail, and I'm being found in inverted commas, then you just learn from that. If there is a failure or that step, and then you carry on in a different direction until you succeed.
And
But
you
then
just be
again-
careful, with the amount of cost that you put into it in the first place. Be conservative. Obviously, don't just be like, yo, like $1 million and let's invest.
Exactly.
Like we've all got millions of dollars to invest. I don't know what to do with it. It's just sitting there, and I'm like, well, I can't. Mine said, wait, keep your millions of dollars
In front of your TV. And just keep it right there.
Okay, so I guess let's look to the future then. Do we have any plans? I mean, not right now, but would you like to go full time and become like Mrs. Deco? That's it.
Oof, I don't know. That's a tough one. I think if I'm still doing the same thing in the next 2 to 3 years, maybe, depending on how large it grows. But right now, I'm keeping everything small and controlled only because I want to be able to do everything still kind of on my own. I'm worried about expanding yet. Like, not yet. Maybe one day.
Worried as in, like, but is it like happy, nervous energy worry, or is it like? Because obviously you also enjoy your cycle job, right?
Exactly.
And you love teaching kids to swim.
Yeah.
So perhaps would you be concerned that if you went full time, finances aside, would it then not have that same passion?
Exactly. I think that's the whole thing, right? Because
Right.
I am who I am because of all the things that I do, and I'm crazy with how many things I do at one time. But that's what makes me. And if I lose some parts of it to focus on only one of it, I would probably lose myself. And I wouldn't be as into it as I was doing everything at the same time.
What about you, Maya?
Exactly, same thing. I wouldn't want Made by Madre to really be my full-time job because I want to keep it as a passion. And I feel like if you do anything full-time, you lose a bit of that spark, that creativity, because it becomes tedious, right? It's just the same thing every single day. Whereas for us, at least, we have so many different things going on. It keeps you on your toes and everything's just always so exciting. And I love fitness. I mean, I could never, ever give that up. I think it's just so much fun. And I love keeping fit myself. I love inspiring others to be healthier and better versions of themselves. So I definitely could not give that up at all.
100%.
I am such a better version of myself since working out with you.
Honey.
Have you seen my ass?
That's just being in love, but okay.
That's not
I'll
working
take it,
out.
I'll take
That's
it.
champagne. You got fat. We're working out together because you got fat.
I work out to eat too, so it's all about the balance, baby. It's all about the balance.
I literally, when I work out with Maya, I'm like, okay, 200 calories for one latte. I got to burn 200 calories.
Just for your coffee.
And I'm like, oh, muffin.
Muffin. I burnt a little bit extra so I can afford it. Okay. Straight to boobs and butt. Thank you very much, Nick Selena, for your amazing genetics.
Yeah, it's a vibe, I'm not going to lie. And one of my burning questions before I start to wrap this up is I would like to know, do you have your very own personal favorite piece from your collection, past or present? And if so, what and why?
Maya.
Okay. My absolute favorite piece is Magdalene, and actually named after my mother. It is the most difficult piece to make in terms of just threading it through. And it's, how do I describe it? It's a pure just pearl necklace that has a little droop down in between your décolletage with a little droop, like a beautiful big pearl that droops at the bottom. And yeah, I just think it's so elegant. It is so unique. And the fact that it's so difficult to make as well makes it so special. It's limited edition, so we don't really stock that many of it, especially the drop pearl at the bottom. So yeah, it's exclusive.
That sounds so
and-
sexy. I got
it's
goosebumps.
stunning.
Yeah.
I think it's just the way you're explaining it, Maya. It's like
just
your
put on my,
voice
like,
should be on
sultry
every
voice.
single video that you are promoting, and like people won't even need to see the product, and they will just buy it blind.
I might just take my money.
I'm just about to hand over my podcast. For this
Phrase
one.
for today, take my money. Maya over and out.
Wow. Okay.
I cannot beat that.
You got this. Just smoke your voice, right? Okay, what's your favorite piece?
Mine is actually no, I'm kidding. So my favorite piece is actually coming out in the next collection. It's called the next collection is called Be Bold, Stay Luxe. Ooh. And basically my prints have evolved from basic prints, very, very minimal colors, to 4 colored prints. A little bit retro of a design, and it's one pieces.
Ooh, I knew that was
my favorite.
I knew it.
Oh, I mean, it's just sexy. And the girls came over on the weekend and they tried it, and they all have different body shapes. And I've only seen it on myself. So when they put it on, one of them, she's got a curvier body with bigger boobs and bum. And I was like, oh my God, this also looks good on you. And the colors are Sandstorm, which is like an orangey, shiny orange, and navy, which I call indigo. Oh, I haven't given a name for the swimsuit yet. I'm still deciding, but yep, it's coming out soon.
I think one pieces are just so flattering for all body types.
Yes.
And it makes women at least feel confident, because some people, like me especially, I don't want to show my tummy in every single piece that I'm wearing, right? So this one it's sexy, it's classy. Yeah, awesome.
So when it comes to products available, do you have, currently you don't have one pieces, or you do? You have a bikini?
I only have 2 pieces at the moment.
Okay.
And swim shorts for boys.
Right. Yeah. Because but actually both of you offer
unisex.
Yeah. Do many guys buy pearls, Maya?
No, and especially not in Singapore. I haven't seen any guy actually wear
We need to
pearls in
change that.
Singapore. Well, yeah, that's why we did a photo shoot with this gorgeous man.
Oh, she's going to give Notdozer a shout out.
I'm not going to say his name, no. I won't.
It's not the first podcast you've been in, honey. Let's just say that. Aren't you?
But yeah, I mean, he looks stunning in it. I think
it did look good. I saw that.
So stunning. So
Yeah,
hopefully
because I had reservations when you're like, we're shooting him, we're going to do a mouse off, and I was like, I don't know how this will work. And yet it looked cool. It looked fresh. It looked very like high-end magazine as well.
And very beachy as well. You could definitely wear it to the beach.
Hell yeah. I think it's super Mykonos, like at a beach club in Mykonos with like a button-down shirt, a white shirt with the pearl shells. So the one that he wore actually in one of the photos, it's actually mother of pearl shells. So it's not actually pearls themselves. And yeah, it adds that like beachy element to it, whereas like regular pearls, it's quite classy, right? And for men, they might feel a little bit more effeminate when wearing it, so a lot of men might not want to, hence why we added shells, or we would add titanium beads to add that little like rock element to it too.
Nice.
But yeah, no, I haven't seen any man wear it in Singapore. Or
boys, you got to change that.
Oh yeah, yes,
massively.
Thank you very much.
It's very sexy.
If I went home,
you could pick
like,
up all the ladies.
Patrick, come on. I know you're a really tall ginger guy, but pearls will work. And I want you to buy these Sandstorm orange swimming shorts, okay?
I actually love the swimming shorts. I'll buy them for Lou.
Oh, so
thank
cool.
you.
I can tell like when you guys have thought about male products, you have tapped into the kind of thing that the guys would like. The shorts are amazing.
Thank you, darling.
They're very cute, yeah.
Right? And so you do men's shorts only, and you do women's bikinis, but you're bringing out one pieces as well.
Yep.
And you mentioned resort wear.
Yeah, maybe cover-ups and everything. That will come
I
out.
love that caftans. Oh,
Yes.
what a vibe.
Lacy.
Take
or
me
like,
to Mykonos right now, please. Thank you very much.
Basically, I'm creating products for holidays that are non-existent at the moment.
goodness.
So you can pretend you are.
That's so depressing.
And Maya, you've mentioned that you have a necklace, but what other, and obviously I mentioned anklet. What other products do you do?
So we have mass chains. The one that I'm wearing today is actually called a bola. So it's called like it's a Mexican term, I think, bola.
Okay.
It's kind of like a chain that looks like a tie, but you can customize it and add pearls to it. So you can wear it with a suit. For men even, they can wear it open up like they've just opened up their tie. So it's kind of like a replacement for your tie. So we have bolas as well. We only have one for now. That's a limited edition piece. We've got some bracelets, and very soon I do want to try introducing some earrings.
Ooh,
Yes.
down.
I think earrings would go really, really well. I just need to find what type of quality I want to do, because
Okay.
14K gold in Singapore is actually really difficult to manufacture.
And you only use 14K gold, right?
I only use 14K gold-filled jewelry. I don't do any plated, except for some 14K gold-plated clasps that are slightly more unique, and that's only if someone wants it. They don't necessarily have to have that clasp. Earrings, I'm either going to do 18K gold, which is fine jewelry, considered fine jewelry, and I'll use my dad's workshop for that, or I will do stainless steel and price it down a little bit cheaper.
Can I have a stainless steel
You
so
have
that
one,
I don't
baby.
break it?
You have one, baby.
Can I have a stainless steel anklet?
You also had one and you broke that one too. So I gave you all types of qualities and you still managed to break it.
She's so rough.
I'm like a
She is,
born
baby. She is.
Can I just say, honestly, it's been such a pleasure having you both on. Like, I don't know how people feel listening to this, but I'm inspired being around you both. And it's so refreshing for you guys to admit, like, it's a case of just start it, you know, like you obviously had light plans and light sketches, but you didn't do, you know, years and years of research on your own business. You just went head first and really followed your passion. And I think it's fantastic for you both to have this on the sideline. And honestly, I'm biased because I love them as humans, but the products are awesome. The swimwear and the pearl jewelry are beautiful.
Thank you.
And I have, in fact, purchased myself. That's how much I love them. And yeah, I think it's wonderful. And I hope young girls and guys who tune in and listen to this, if there's any passion that they have out there, that they feel inspired to start, right?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Just do it.
Just do it. Literally, just do it.
Is that it? That's the
Yes.
main key advice here.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
And stay woke.
And take my money.
Okay, so to finish up, just word of Instagram, TikTok, whatever, how do we find your brand? So let's go with Mrs. Deco.
Just Instagram and Facebook for now. It's Mrs. Deco with an underscore at the back on Instagram, and just Mrs. Deco on Facebook. That's it.
Can
No
you
TikTok.
shop directly on Instagram?
You can.
But you can also go to the website.
You can also go to the website, www.mrsdeco.com.
That was quite nice. That was really good.
Thank you.
And Maya?
You can find Made by Madre on Instagram. We haven't actually set up a Facebook shop yet. I'm still trying to figure that part out. But we do have a website where you can purchase directly on madebymadre.co. And Instagram as well is madebymadre.co.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, girlies.
Thank you for having us.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thanks, honey.
And that's the end of this episode. Thanks for listening to the Sex and Singapore City podcast. This episode was produced and hosted by me, Nick Selena, and recorded at the Splicecast studio in Singapore. I'm available to listen to on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google, and all major podcast listening apps. Do subscribe to enjoy a new episode every Monday evening. Please do give me a 5-star review. It helps other people also find my podcast. For more awesome content and features to read, you can check out my website, sexandsingaporecity.com. That's sexandsingaporecity.com. I'm also on social media. Simply search at Nixalina, Nixalina, to find me. Don't be shy. Come say hi.